Global construction is heading for a boom as countries look to build back better after the pandemic. Analysts predict more use of robotics in the industry as many firms highlight a growing skills gap among workers. A recent study says over 90% of the world's construction firms expect to encounter skills shortages over the next decade. Almost half of companies say they're already struggling to recruit the staff they need. So, in response, the vast majority say robotics will play a significant role in their businesses over the next 10 years. So, is robotics about to transform construction in the same way it has with the auto sector? I spoke to Sami, who's president of robotics at ABB, which is behind the research, and asked him what lies ahead.
Well, the good news is that we have a solution for the perfect storm in the construction industry. And the construction industry today is facing a real big challenge. On the one hand, increasing demand, high expectations for affordable housing, and on the other hand, a significant shortage of labor and demand for sustainable solutions in that particular industry. And that industry is really has a very low automation level. And what we are doing is we're taking our expertise in manufacturing and automotive and bringing it into this industry to support the growth, but also sustainable solutions.
What would you say is the starting point for driving further automation in construction? Is it safety? Is it cost? Is it sustainability, or a combination of all of those?
Well, Juliet, actually it's all. It's on the one hand waste, and on the other hand is real productivity and cost, and the third one is labor shortage. I mean, if you think of when you have a construction site, almost 25% of the material that goes onto the construction site is actual waste. So if we find solutions like we're doing today to have much more modular prefabrication of the house, then you avoid actually all that waste going even to the site. And on the other hand, also there is safety aspects in it. Today we work with Skanska on a wonderful project where there are these steel corsets that you fill in the concrete, and these are heavy weight, a lot of tedious work. And in the past, it would take 16 hours, sometimes on height, for 1 ton to assemble. And now they introduce robots, and they use only 1 hour for 1 ton of steel. So that's really productivity, but also they can do it on the ground, so no need for people to actually climb up. So that is safety as well.
But you said just there, no need for people. So a couple of things here. What's going to happen to the people who are doing those, as you say, tedious jobs? And how are you going to find the right people who've got that particular skill set that is needed to program the right kind of robotics?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's a very good question, because when we did our survey of 1,900 construction companies, 91% of them said that they will face significant skill shortage over the next 10 years. And only in Europe, we have 200,000 vacancies in the construction. So we have the problem already today. So we need to find solutions that for that type of work, we introduce robotization. But if I tell you that in all the industries we face, when we introduce robots and automation, actually employment goes up. And if you take the countries that have the highest level of robotization, that's South Korea, Japan, and Germany, they have one of the lowest unemployment rate. So it's sometimes counterintuitive, but it's really true. But coming back to your point also, the nature of work will evolve over time, and that is part of our responsibility as a company with the society and education system to make sure that we reskill the people, to have enough people who can program and work with robots.